Now we get to our final guest.
And we must say that in this week in the world of sports,
there's been a major issue of bullying has come to the
Richie Incognito, which
I said this. His name.
You think if he was going to bully somebody, he's going to do it kind of more in private.
Discreetly.
Just his name is Incognito. You do it in a way that...
And here he goes, and he's doing it very publicly like an idiot. Stupid, big, white, stupid idiot. I hope he gets run over by a truck.
Honestly, I hope he gets curbed. I literally hope he gets curbed.
I hope he gets run over by a truck but stays alive.
Yeah, just
to live
watch the life of him expire from him, and then everybody gets everybody from the ACLU gets to do
walk by and spit on
curb him and spit on him,
atrophying body. But anyway, that's how we feel about it. But we've got somebody who just walked in who's a big fan of the show,
and I've wanted to ask him because on the Project Runway
season on Project Runway there was a moment, maybe it involved bullying, I don't know, where Tim Gunn showed up on the show, and then he came back to visit with the designers and see what they were doing, and he had a cut on his forehead.
He claimed he fell down the subway. We have him here with us, so we're going to bring him on the show and find out exactly what happened and get his take on bullies. Tim Gunn, welcome to the show.
Thanks. It's great to be here, Randy.
Thank you very much. He got it right. I'm very proud of him.
It's so good to have you here.
Well, Jason, when I'm in person, I know.
Yeah. You do know. On the phone,
it's harder.
And by the way, we should just let it go to whoever it goes, but for some reason, I think he always is talking.
We think he's
know exactly who you're getting to.
It might also be on us. So what happened on that Project Runway moment where you fell up the subway stairs?
I'm glad you asked me about this, Jason, because I had a little story.
Okay.
When I said that I had a trip and fall down the subway stairs.
Sure.
Right there on the 1, 2, 3.
Oh, the 1, 2, 3.
Right on 14th Street.
Can be slippery stairs. Slippery stairs there.
What happened was there may have been fisticuffs.
Oh,
hey, what?
And they may have been very elegant cuffs.
Oh, hey, look,
always
like a tiny 2-inch cuff, and that makes
like
it
to have
work.
the cuff just peeking out underneath the blazer.
A stud's got to have his studs.
Hello.
There you go.
And sometimes they come in handy when you're trying to do a back arm, a slice against somebody.
Yes.
Trying to do some sort of a body
shot. From a street fighting back crap. Street farting, I said.
Street farting.
Hey,
that's a whole different.
Street farting is its own thing. It's a separate fun.
Why hasn't street farting caught on more?
It hasn't taken off as much as it should have.
But street fighting, you come from a street fighting background. Not a lot of people know. People think that you are just this guy who...
Look, the runway is dangerous. The runway is fierce. I learned to stand up for myself while I'm, walking the walk.
You walk the walk. Sometimes you got to talk the talk.
Well,
and
have you?
The runway is a mean street.
It is. And it is like a street.
It's a mean street that no cars are allowed to go on.
Yes. And now here's my question.
But honey, you walk both ways down that street.
Thank you very much.
And
I'm glad you said something.
I've learned to stand up for myself.
Yeah.
You may say I've experienced bullying, which is part of the reason why I learned to defend myself and defend those around me.
Right. So
I don't want to get into the details, but there may have been an incident that I had to take care of downstairs during the run of Project Runway.
Wait, so you're saying you saw an incident of bullying and you took it out and you handled it?
You used your MMA background to handle it on the show. This to me is the first time where it has ever merged both your Project Runway world and your MMA world.
Well, it happens all the time. It just doesn't get on TV.
They don't put it on camera. I would think that Bravo would want to put their Lifetime would want to put that on.
There's a simmering cauldron of sexuality and homoerotic combat going on beneath the thin veneer of clothing.
I can say that if you've ever been shopping at Mood, that describes it to a T. It's just a simmering cauldron of homoerotic,
savage couture.
Just savage couture.
Yes. So
you may remember Michael Kors was on the program and he isn't, and I don't want to go into it, but we had some nasty times.
Did he try and bully someone?
Maybe he tried to bully me. Maybe some of these hazing rituals get a little bit out of hand.
And you
said, I'm going to bully you right back.
I have no problem with some light hazing. I've sent interns out to get coffee, but I never demand cream.
There you go.
I figure we can take care of that on our own.
You'll make the cream yourself.
But here's my question. You're saying on some level that you're bullying the bullies. You're taking it upon yourself to right the wrongs of society and
some people might think that's controversial.
I don't belong to Fight Club. I belong to Right Club.
Right Club.
You want to right the wrongs in this world.
Which is that a program at Rite Aid? Am I wrong?
The Right Club?
Well, yes, you can donate.
Oh, that's
There are little
okay,
prepaid
it's good.
cards.
Yeah, all right, fine. Well,
so you
Dwayne Reed would
no,
be
but
more of
I'm fascinated by this notion of bullying bullies. It is almost like Michael C. Hall's character.
it's like a Dexter
in
scenario.
Dexter.
I'm the bully who bullies the bullies.
You're
Thank
the
you.
bully who bullies the bullies.
And so if you had
He's custodian, less custodians, or that's the Latin.
yeah, I don't speak Latin, so
None of
I'm
it.
not
Who
sure.
watches The Watchmen? Big Alan Moore
there
fan.
you go.
All right, well, look
Nice.
at that.
Look at that. How do
We're
you like-
learning new things about
how do you
Tim
like
Gunn.
that?
Well, so if you had a message out there, I'm assuming that there aren't a lot of bullies
Just
out
jump right through the microphone and tell the
Talk
bullies.
to the bullies out there who may be listening to the show.
Let me tell you, if you're bullying someone out there, Tim Gunn's coming after you. And I'm going to pants you, but it's going to be violent. It's going to hurt.
It's gonna violent pants.
Are you ready for the most?
I'm going to give you, let me tell you want to get a wedgie from Tim Gunn, I can make it tap out from a wedgie.
You can take a
That's
tap.
the kind. I will give you a noogie until you literally want to go on stage and talk against
You're gonna
bullying. That's how good I am at bullying.
You will
bullying.
noogie someone so much you'll create like an adult soft spot on their head.
Right.
You'll literally take like
you'll be like a baby.
You'll
I
be
learned
like-
it. I learned it from a fantastic Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
That's I didn't realize that noogieing was
Master.
actually a move.
It is a move.
And so you will wedgie someone until they tap out. You will noogie someone.
I
Till
will
they tap.
noogie someone until they scream.
Okay,
Look at that.
You've
Tim
heard
Gunn.
it. That message.
So if you're intimidating someone who's weak, watch out because strength comes when you don't
Rich,
even know.
do you have a message for Richie Incognito, who bullied a player off the Miami Dolphins?
Allegedly.
Richie, my greatest advice to you would be to give up your possessions and go into the woods and meditate and help others.
Or else, because you know who's coming to get your possessions?
Tim Gunn.
Mother
I'm
effing
going to
Gunn.
take him. I'm going to give him to the poor like Robin Hood, bitch.
That's right.
Yeah, that's
you
right.
hear that? You hear that? And then
like
I just
Robin Hood, bitch.
and I wouldn't be a show if I didn't ask you what are we looking at for some of the winter fashions.
Yeah, what
this
are we
year?
looking at? What's
is
big?
it
I think-
scoop neck or what's happening?
Knit is out.
Knit is out.
Mesh is in.
Mesh is in for the winter. This is like
Wool mesh. Wool mesh.
Wool mesh.
You
God,
see
it's
through just enough, and baby, it's sheer and it's elegant.
Sometimes
That's like
it's
a
what
macrame,
sometimes
like
it's what you
potholder. I
don't
love
see.
it. I love
Well,
it.
I love that. Tim Gunn, thank you so much for stopping by.
Always a pleasure. Remember, as I always say, make it hurt.